Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roxbury International Film Festival Daily Script Reads. We have a wonderful script for you today and another bevy of fantastic actors. We will start with our writer.
Hi, my name is Anjie Parker. I am the writer of Tortured Souls, and I am excited to be here.
Hi, I am Jade Guerra, and I will be playing Mother and Christina.
Hey, what's up? My name is Juvan Elisma, and I'll be reading for the roles of Marcus and Zeke.
Hey everyone, my name is Aria Jamila. I'm reading for the role of Shamari.
Hey everybody, my name is Lorraine Victoria Kanyike, and I am reading Zuriel. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas Papyoanoe and I'm playing Silas and Daimian.
Hi, my name is Andrea Lyman, and I will be the narrator today. Tortured Soul by Anjie Parker. Interior, Zuriel's living room, flashback, day. Stylish living room, framed couples photos all over, couch filled with accent pillows and blankets, a coffee table covered in snacks. A couple, man, Silas, late 20s, watches TV, and a woman, Zuriel, mid-20s, lays on him while scrolling on her phone.
Babe?
Silas plays with Zuriel's hair and looks at him and gives him a big smile. Returning the smile, he places a small kiss on her forehead. She snuggles deeper into him. He grabs her into a tight embrace and she pretends to struggle. And after a few moments, she gives up and welcomes the love. Sharing fits of laughter, Silas stops. He watches her laugh, engrossed in her existence.
What?
Nothing. Just happy.
Me too.
Zuriel initiates another embrace. Interior, Zuriel's living room, present, night. The room now looks sterile. Walls bare, couch empty, and a singular picture of Zuriel and Silas on the coffee table. Zuriel, asleep on the couch, is startled by the sound of her phone ringing.
Fuck!
She reaches for the phone, sees the caller ID, ignores it. Stretching, she gets up, walks towards the hallway. The phone rings a few more times. She turns it to silence. Interior, Zuriel's bathroom, continuous. She starts the shower. On the screen pops up a text message.
You asked me to call you, and now you're not even answering. Are we going or not?
Interior, Zuriel's kitchen, moments later. Dressed in a white robe, hair in a towel, she stops at the fridge, grabs a red pouch. She looks at her phone, rolls her eyes.
I fell asleep and woke up when you called. My bad.
She starts to write another message, but stops midway. She walks towards the living room. Interior, Zuriel's living room, continuous. She sits on the couch, leaning her head back, reminiscing about the dream that was cut short.
That's fine, but my question remains unanswered. Are we going or not?
Ugh, I don't want to go. Shit. She's gonna be pissed. I'm not going.
She hits send and puts the phone down, sipping the red beverage. Bing!
Girl, we both knew you were never going. Why'd you even bother asking me to call you?
I planned on going, but things happened, and now I'm not feeling it. Is that okay? I mean, if we knew this was gonna happen, then what's the problem? Yes, I should have answered your calls, or just texted, but I needed time.
She throws the phone down again. Bing! She glances at the notification without opening. It reads, whatever. She flips the phone and starts downing the beverage. She sets the empty pouch on the coffee table and notices her robe is stained with red droplets.
Shit.
She walks down the hallway, cutting into the bathroom. Interior, Zuriel's bathroom, night. Zuriel's looking for peroxide to lift the stain. However, she's stunned by her image in the bathroom mirror. Red streaks dripping from the sides of her mouth. She sees more red along her neck and robe. She opens her mouth slightly. Her canines are sharper than the average human. She is smearing the red on her neck. Her breathing gets deeper. She slowly enters a trance-like state. Cut to living room. Interior, Zuriel's living room, flashback, night. The cute couple's photos are everywhere, but there is a shadow of a person on their knees crying, sounds of others screaming.
You monster! Give me back my baby! This is all your fault!
Interior, Zuriel's bathroom, present, night. The memory causes Zuriel to collapse to the ground, the red fluid mixing with her tears. Cut to front door. Interior, Zuriel's front door, night. There is knocking. Exterior, outside of Zuriel's house, night. Shamari, mid-20s, dressed for a night out, is cold and annoyed knocking at the door.
Zuri! Open the door! Zuri! Look, I know you're home. This is some bullshit. Zuri!
While knocking, Shamari hears things being knocked over. Panicking, she places her ear to the door.
Zuri? What was that? Are you okay?
Shamari waits to see if she can hear anything else. Then she hears muffled crying. Worried, she goes to kick the door down.
Wait, shit. Not again. No. I have a key now.
Rummaging through her pockets, she finds the key ring, opens the door, and rushes inside. Interior, Zuriel's living room, night. Shamari looks for Zuriel.
Zuri!
She can hear crying coming from the bathroom. Interior, Zuriel's bathroom, continuous. Zuriel is on the floor in a fetal position crying. She's hyperventilating. Shamari is trying to calm her down, but instead she begins dry heaving. Placing her down and rolling her to the side, Shamari runs out towards the kitchen. Interior, Zuriel's kitchen, continuous. Shamari opens the fridge. It is completely filled with red bottles. She grabs one, shuts the fridge, and runs back. Interior, Zuriel's bathroom, continuous. Rushing to Zuriel's side, she lifts her up and tries to get her to drink. Zuriel sees the red and starts screaming and pushing it away. The pouch spills everywhere. Seeing it spilled all over her, she screams louder, eventually passing out. Shamari tries to wake her up. Interior, Zuriel's living room, flashback, unknown. We see Silas on the floor, bleeding from a fatal stab wound in the chest. Zuriel's crying as she tries to stop the blood from coming out. We see others in the room, a mother, father, late 50s, another man, Marcus, and the brother of Silas, all freaking out.
You monster! You give me back my baby! This is all your fault!
The father is holding his wife up as she's collapsing, trying to reach for her son. Zuriel throws the knife and replaces it with her hands, trying to cover the wound.
Stop touching him! Get your fucking hands off him!
Marcus helps his father hold his mother back. She eventually shakes them off.
Let me go. I said let me go!
How can you blame me?
What did you just say?
How can you stand there and blame me when it was your bigoted son who killed him?
You bitch! If he had never met you, he would still be alive right now. It's all your fault my baby is gone.
The father drops down, trying to support his wife. Marcus walks towards Zuriel. She's protective of Silas, grabs him in an embrace while glaring at Marcus.
Don't you come near him.
Give me my brother.
You take another step, and I swear to God, it'll be your last.
You swearing to God? Isn't that fucking ironic? You? A blood-sucking leech. A child of God. Disgusting. Haven't you already done enough? Look at my mother. You killed her son. My brother.
You killed him! You! It was your knife! You stabbed him!
It's your fault! I tried to tell him you were nothing but a freak that feeds on others. And you know what he said? He said that once I got to know you, that I'd love you too. Well, here we are, and I know you. And I've never wanted a person dead more in my life. What right do you have to cry?
Zuriel's so lost in her grief that she doesn't notice that Marcus picked up the knife and started approaching her. Zuriel, finally seeing Marcus in the middle of his strike, grabs him by the throat, slowly tightening her grasp.
I told you, take another fucking step, and it will be your last.
Marcus trying to pry his hands off her hands off his neck. The mother sees her other son struggling for air.
Stop it! Are you going to take both my children?
Marcus losing the fight. His rapid movements are becoming slower, and he falls limp. Zuriel, consumed by her grief and rage, loosens her grip, and Marcus's body slumps to the ground. The mother pushes her husband and crawls to Marcus, holding his body and crying.
Marcus! Marcus! Oh, Marcus!
Zuriel turns her back on the mother, crying, and looks at Silas. Walking over to his body, she picks him up, lays him down on the couch as if he were just sleeping. She pulls out her phone and sends a few text messages.
Get out.
What did you just say to me?
I said get out.
No. No. Give me my son.
You have him in your arms. Take it and leave.
Give me my Silas!
Zuriel just ignores the mother looking down at Silas. She crawls to the couch and lays with him.
You sick. I'm going to call the police, and the association will dispose of you. Didn't you hear me? The association is going to kill you.
I don't care. Call them on your way out.
Suddenly we hear a loud bang. We see a door off its hinges, showing Shamari and Damian, ageless and gorgeous. Shamari is panicking, and Damian looks underwhelmed.
Zuri, where are you?
Shamari sees Zuriel on the couch and rushes over to her. Damian is surveying the damage.
Too cold and too warm. Is that it?
Damian approaches the mother, who is staring back at them, speechless.
Condolences about the kid.
The mother still speechless, the father getting between Damian and his wife.
This is unnecessary. I have no interest in hurting either of you. However, I can't just let you walk out of here after yelling about the association. I can't have them killing my friend. And seeing as you are going through your own suffering, you can probably empathize with what I'm saying.
The mother is starting to get riled up again.
No, thank you. None of that.
With a simple motion, the mother's mouth is unable to open. She begins panicking. The father, seeing his wife unable to speak, gets in Damian's face. Before he can speak, the father is knocked out with another gesture. The mother, beside herself, begins crying hysterically. Growing frustrated with the mother's constant crying, he knocks her out too. Damian looking at 3 bodies.
Z, what happened?
Damian turns to look at Zuriel, who is still on the couch with the deceased Silas and Shamari, trying to console her friend. There are no words from Zuriel.
Zuri, we can't help you until you tell us what happened.
After a few moments, Zuriel moves with the help of Shamari. With dead eyes, she recounts everything that's happened. There's no audio, just actions. Shamari's increasingly getting pissed as the story continues, and Damian stands with his arms crossed, listening. Damian takes a deep breath.
Is the brother dead?
I don't know. I blacked out, and I just kept gripping tighter and tighter. When his body got heavier, I let go.
Son of a bitch. You know, he better hope you killed his ass, because if I find out he isn't, well, let me tell you, he won't be alive for much longer.
Mari.
No, Damian, no, because if he ain't dead, he will be.
Girl, I don't care. Can we focus on what Zuri wants?
The only person I've ever wanted is gone. And I know Silas would want any more people dying, especially not his family. If I'm being honest, he'll probably never forgive me for killing his brother.
Mari and I are going to clean this up. While we do that, you need to get your final goodbyes in order. And by the time we dispose of the rest, it will be his turn. You understand me?
Zuriel, not responding, looks back to Silas, lays back on the couch with him. Damian and Shamari look at her, then to each other. Then a montage of the two of them grabbing the bodies, bringing them outside, and cleaning up the blood. Interior, Zuriel's living room, flashback, moments later. We see Zuriel on the couch, clutching onto the photo of her and Silas, while staring out into her apartment. Shamari and Damian finished cleaning. They walk over, squatting down to get her to look at them, but to no avail. She's out of it. Shamari and Damian sit next to Zuriel on the couch. Shamari is rubbing her back, and Damian has their head leaning on hers. All that is heard is the sound of Zuriel's whimpering. Interior, Zuriel's living room, present, night. We see Zuriel lying and whimpering on the couch as Shamari is placing a cold rag on her head. Her eyes opening slowly, Zuriel looks around.
Zuri. I was so scared.
What? That I was gonna die?
Yes!
Mari, you know we can't die that easy.
Yeah, but last time I checked, it wasn't normal for us to have panic attacks either, so... Do you know how worried I was? I thought you poisoned yourself again or something.
No.
Well, what happened?
I got the blood on my robe, and next thing you know, I was on the floor. And then I woke up to you crying on my couch.
Zuri, this isn't funny. I was terrified. I haven't seen you like this since I...
Shamari catches herself before she finishes the word, but it's too late. Zuriel knew what she was going to say, and she shakes her head.
I'm okay.
She gets up and starts heading towards the bathroom.
What time is it?
10:37. Why?
I don't want to go out, but I could use some fresh air.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep anyway.
All right. I'll wait here until you get ready.
Okay.
Zuriel walks down the hallway towards the bathroom. Exterior, street, night. Zuriel and Shamari are linking arms, walking down the street, laughing, trying their best to have a good time, when suddenly Zuriel stops. She sees a familiar face in the distance. Not moving, she just stands there frozen. As the figure gets closer, the person looks like Marcus, and he's on a date with some woman. Shamari, confused, asks her friend what's wrong. The couple just walk by like she doesn't exist. Zuriel turns to grab Marcus.
Marcus.
He has no idea who this woman is. Taken aback, he snatches his arm from her.
What did you say?
Excuse you?
They are just staring at each other. Zuriel looks like she's about to cry.
Do you know her?
No.
Sensing something is off, Shamari tries to pull Zuriel away, but she won't budge.
I just want to know, is your name Marcus?
Who is Marcus? His name is Zeke, right?
Let's just go. She's off.
Don't worry, babe. I'll protect you from the scary lady.
Oh, so you're gonna protect me, huh?
Zeke looks at Zuriel with disgust. Then he looks back at his date. They laugh and walk away. Zuriel is watching until they turn and they are no longer in her view.
Z, are you okay?
Zuriel, still looking in the direction of where Marcus went, she starts laughing hysterically, falling to the ground and laughing. The laughter eventually turns into crying. Sitting on the backs of her heels, she takes in a deep breath and whispers to herself.
He didn't die.
The end. Okay. Yay. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Wow, that was something. How was that for you, Anjie?
Honestly, it's the first time I'm hearing this piece, so I also like how some people took like artistic liberties to like shorten things, make it sound more conversational. So when I look through this video, it's gonna help me with updating the script a little bit. But I really loved a lot of like the beats. I really liked a lot of the moments that were just kind of happening in between people. It was just lovely to hear and see.
It was exciting to read. Yeah, I mean, I loved it. I could picture it all from what you've written. So tell us about the origin story. How did this all come about?
I've been writing this piece for, or at least been workshopping this piece for maybe 3 or 4 years. I love things like mythology because it allows me to have harder conversations. And people are more receptive to it if I just put like, a little sprinkle. Like this isn't humans, it's mythology. And then they're like, yeah. But like I personally am in an interracial relationship. And it has been very interesting, the responses on both sides. And this kind of was an exaggerated manifestation of some of my worst fears coming to life. None of it's true.
Oh, you didn't put a knife through anyone
Not me personally. No.
or have a friend that magically made people's mouths close?
Yes, that's me. That's just me just going, enough. Stop talking. So this was just I guess some of the things that have always like haunted me that I just finally just put on paper and was just like, oh, I really love mythology and I would like to explore more. And to make it a little bit more mythical, to like this one was grounded in a level of reality with moments, but I would like an opportunity to expand more into that mythology of othering, because I think that's a fantastic thing. This desire for assimilating, but no matter what, the things that make you special is always just going to be villainized by a group of people, which I'm always so very interested in. I hope it came across.
Oh yeah, yeah. And so tell us a bit about your research on this, because there's so many levels of the mythology. Like, what did you draw from? What did it's like? Oh, when I was 10, I read this, and I, whatever.
I've always been a big fan of things like Greek mythology, Norse mythology, because I feel like that's what's shoved down our throat. But in these last couple of years, I started learning more about, especially like Haitian mythology. Just because like that has been on my timeline a lot. And then as a result, I've ended up having a little bit more conversations with my friends that are from the islands and just learning a little bit more about their folklore, which fascinating, terrifying, fascinating. So which has made me want to take these characters and kind of go more in that realm instead of like the tradition of what we already know to create another layer of othering. But jokes, a lot of this came from I daydream a lot. It's one of my favorite pastimes. You'll look me in the eye and I'm not there. Um, so this came to me like kind of like a movie style, which is like how I write, is very much like how I see it is how I write it. And so this was one of those ones that happened like that. It didn't have any of the mythology aspect to it. It was just very normal. And I was like, oh, well, that's sad. I was like, how do I add some flair? And so I've always just been interested in mythology ever since I was a kid. And I was like, what other way to combine two loves?
Mm-hmm. And what would you like? Is there something? What would you like to do with this piece? Like, do you want it to be a short film, a series,
I would like it
feature
to be
film?
I would like it to be a series just because I love these three characters in particular. Marcus was like I don't want to like him, but there's something very interesting about him, especially the fact of the matter is that if whether or not he is not dead, or is Zuriel just kind of like projecting a hope. Because that is a world that exists. But I was talking to Aria about it. I would like to at least give each of, Daimian, Zuriel, and Shamari like their own episodes, kind of like who they are and how they've come together. Just because in my mind they are three very different mythical beings that have found a way to find their own found family, which is something that I also have a strong affinity for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when you think about it, the poor mom possibly lost both her sons in a
Yeah,
day.
that's rough. It's rough. I felt so bad. I was
I
like,
mean, you
ooh.
make it look like she's the crazy one, but really, yikes.
Yeah. And Jade, oh girl. I started tearing up. I was like, no, baby, no. I was like, give her back at least one of them.
I know, that was, yeah. So, let's hear from some of the actors. Any comments, how it was to play the role or anything?
Since she was talking about me before, I can say, um, yeah, that to pop into you've lost one, and then the other is the one who killed him on top of about to lose the next. So it's a little devastating
It
A
probably
for
was to
little.
purpose. You kind of think your husband's dead because he just dropped down in front of you, and you're like,
oh my gosh, and not being able to having your voice taken from you is a major thing that happens in the real world all the time. Um, so it's a just a yes mythology, but a lot of horror there
I know
for
who I am inside.
for this mother. But a lot of fun in that very short span, a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
Yes, definitely echoed for sure. Congrats, Angie, again. This is such an incredible piece that you've worked on. I really enjoyed, and I'm curious to see, when if and when it does, get episodic, however many episodes, the in between moments, those narration moments where it's a lot of showing what's going on and happening. I'm really curious to see how those manifest because even just reading them and like trying to play some of those directions in the narration was really fulfilling as an actor. So I feel like you've created a really nice like landscape for the world. So I'm excited to see how that could look visually too.
Thanks.
Okay, Aria?
Yeah, I think there's so many things that work really, really well in the piece. I'll just mention a couple off the top of my head. Angie, I love the way that you, one, kind of like play with audience expectations because there's so many little clues or little hints here that will have one thinking that perhaps the creatures we're dealing with are vampires, right? The sharper than normal canines, the blood, things like that. But then there's still, when I was reading this, I was like, these aren't vampires. You still found a way to subtly kind of like subvert that expectation. I don't know how you did it, girl. Whatever you did, you need to share that for all the other writers in the room, because it was very palpable that you were setting us up to think one thing, but also making it very clear through subtle mastery of your writing craft that this is not that, that it wasn't that. So one, just like that piece. And I'm so excited and interested to see how you will continue to build out this lore and what the world is going to look like and the different characters' backstories. You know, with regards to Shamari, I'm like, is her kind of like more fiery nature a result of the type of being that she is? Is it that, you know, her essence and her existence lends itself to a particular type of personality and seeing the world a particular way, whatever powers that she may have, you know? So I'm just really, really interested to see how the backstories of the characters then lend themselves to kind of like creating more nuanced takes on like the supernatural, which I think is something that we're all fascinated by. And I love your use of that to have hard conversations and to kind of like ground that in a way that doesn't feel threatening or intimidating, but then like forces us to confront things within ourselves and within our extended relationships. So congratulations again. Excellent, beautiful piece.
That's such high praise. I was like, oh my.
All true, by the way. I'm not just like talking for talking's sake. Like, definitely how I feel.
Thank you.
Nicholas, you're muted.
That. I second everything. And I love the incorporation of like anything mythology related or the supernatural into explaining like real life, I guess, like occurrences, whether it's trauma, etc. It is. I also really, I kind of want to pick your brain even more because the idea of this, the association, and I loved it, like when Damien was talking about it, or even like the mom brings it up and it was like, we'll dispose of. I'm always so curious about this like higher external power that is a threat. I don't know. The idea of the association makes me think of this thing like the order or the institution or the something, you know. And it's a threat to all, regardless of the side you're on. And so I'm so it just makes me so curious about the expanded world of this, with this surveillance sort of being. Yeah, but it's so cool. It's so because it really grounds it in this, and it's like there's the supernatural, then there's the very personal within four walls, and then there's the world that's also causing another sort of like I don't know what's the word to use, but yeah, I love it. Ah!
Lorraine, did you have your hand up? Or oh, okay, you just
It's
well, I gotta say for
snapping in
me,
agreements.
yeah, I'm in agreement. It ticks all the boxes of my favorite things. So I love when people have superpowers, any kind of magical powers and all of that. You also had some romance in there. I love the friendship things, and I wanted to in future episodes know how they became friends, and clearly it's a very grounded friendship because they're just automatically, we're doing this and we're helping you out, and I love all of that. And then of course that you have the Haitian, but any kind of the Black mythology stuff. I love that. And then there's like question things too, like the fact that the mom said the association makes me wonder, okay, so is there's some connection to her wanting to kill people with magic power, or is there a connection that she also knows the rules because somehow she's connected to magical powers and stuff like that? So we don't know because she didn't, like she said, the police, sure, we get that, and that would be like the mortal thing to do, but then saying the association and the fact that Damien could somehow, just saying that brings him into the place, you know. So all of that is like, oh, questions, and I love that kind of thing. I want to know what's happening here and how's that, because there's so many layers here, and it's so much fun. And also a thing of, is she one of those people, which always gets me on the superpowers, the person that's like, I don't want to have the superpowers, I just want to be normal. And it's like, I love the ones that say, yeah, I got these superpowers and I love it. And that's how I would be. There'd be certain superpowers I'd want more than others.
Oh, absolutely. I want the strength to be able to carry someone, just like Princess carry, regardless of how they look. Just like, and just bring them, and just gently place them. I would like super strength. That sounds fire.
Okay, let's see if we have any questions from the audience. And oh, good, Lisa's here, so she can do that part, I'm hoping. Lisa, can you do the audience if we have
I don't
questions?
see any questions yet. People can raise their hands or go put something in the chat.
Okay, so if any of the audience has questions, you can raise your hand or put something in the chat and we'll allow you to speak.
I will say some of the things that were really important to me that y'all have mentioned is like the association. I love this idea of positive words being used negatively. Like whenever you hear something like a group, like community, association, like it's like you're like, oh, people are rallying together. And now we've also put something evil on it where it was like they will dispose of you. So it's like, oh, like just when Aria was like this idea of subverting expectations. I love things like that. I like when my names mean something. Like most of the names have very strong meanings for me. Like Zuriel, don't ask me what they are anymore. I have no idea. But when I pick these names, because I spent days picking these names. But it's also been years.
And now we all want to know.
Right? Just type in these names, I swear. Like Zuriel, Shamari, Damian had very specific meanings. The ones that I remember the most is Shamari's because like there was like this Spitfire, loyal, best, like right hand kind of association. Loyal was like very strong. Because I'll just like type in like keywords of what I want my characters to symbolize. And then I'll like go through names after names. And then I'm like, okay, but I want to find it in this specific country. What do you look like? So naming characters also takes me a very long time.
Great. Jade, you had your hand up?
I was just being nosy because she said it, and I saw that Zuriel in Hebrew is rock or strength.
Ah. Okay, that is cool. So I'll put out a question then to each person, and you can raise your hand or whatever. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? I know mine would be to be able to tell the future, because that's the thing that drives me the craziest, because I don't know if I'm making a correct decision. Should I have done this? If I had known this was going to happen, I would, so, uh-oh.
I would love to be able to communicate with my like ancestors or like some type of lineage. I feel like there's a lot of useful information, especially with, people who have been around before. So some kind of connection to like a past lineage. That's what I would want.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry, Andrea, it looks like the chat is disabled, so people can raise their hands and then I can be unmuted if you have a question.
I'm doing allowed to talk. Let's see if that
Love
works.
that. Lorraine. I was like, now you got me thinking. Oh, you're muted, pumpkin.
So I gave allowed to talk to all the attendees. Hopefully everyone doesn't talk at once.
I have a superpower. I don't have a superpower, but I have a superpower in mind. I was thinking about it the other day, like practically, I think like if I could speak every single language and dialect in the world, I feel like, and if anyone could do that, you are probably the most like powerful person, I believe, in the whole world. The way that you're able to communicate and I wouldn't say like assimilate per se, but like I feel like there's meaning and there's new emotions that you find through like articulating in a new language. So like if you were able to express yourself through like so many different languages and dialects and communicate and meet so many people because of that ability, I think that would be a wonderful superpower to have.
Yesterday's reading had a character, Chinai, that could speak every language. Of course, he was dead, but the living person, the Ghostbuster type person, told him, "Yeah, you can speak any language. You know all languages." So that one had that. Anyone else? What would be your superpower?
I would choose telekinesis. or teleportation. Because with telekinesis, you can like make other things move, but you can also like make yourself like fly technically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty cool.
I like that one. Aria, did you do yours?
Well, Nicholas stole mine.
No, you could have two people could have the same power. Have we not seen
We
Marvel?
can share.
Have we not seen Marvel? There's more than one person that flies.
Fair. Yeah, so similarly, I can't articulate it any more beautifully than Nicholas did, but like, yeah, just the appreciation of connection through language being like a carrier of culture and identity, and being able to like kind of like speak to people's hearts and souls in that way has always been appealing to me.
That's a beautiful one. Do we get everyone's?
I think for me,
I think that same with Juvan, I would probably want to have some sort of teleportation and the ability to carry others with me, just for um anybody who has kids or needs to get places in speed, or just to be able to, um, possibly like save someone in a quick moment. So I think teleportation would be mine.
Look at you went to saving, because I was thinking the same thing that you were thinking, but my thought went to the Jetsons, because they could just be somewhere, but they're doing it only for them, but you're doing that for good, to making the world a better place. I like that.
I think I would like to stop time. Mainly because
like on Charmed.
Yeah, exactly. Because like the way I get so anxious and so overwhelmed that if I was able just to stop it all for a hot second, and even if I could extend it out into others, like I just tap them and I'm like, let's panic together, babes. Let's it's like, oh, we only have 10 minutes. Let's halt this. And it's like, now we have infinite. Yeah, I like to always believe, I always tell myself that if I had a little bit more time, things would be a lot easier. So I think being able to be like a timekeeper and not let it like destroy like anything crazy. Like I'm not going to ruin the space-time continuum by doing that. That's actually a fear of mine.
Oh yeah, the whole butterfly thing. What is it if a butterfly flaps its wings?
Something like that.
It caused a tornado or something like that.
Yeah, it changes the world. I always, yeah. I watch a lot of things where people have magical powers or things like that, and you see the change, but you're never supposed to do something that changes everything, or that is.
So I would absolutely
selfish.
do that. I would change everything all the time. I know who I am.
It's just that you don't know what it changes later. You change something that you think is bad, but then something else that was good doesn't happen.
I'll change it again.
I know. Sort of like when you don't get a role that you want, but then if you had gotten that, you wouldn't be doing something else that you're doing. But I would make the world kinder. I could do that. Okay, well, it looks like we don't have any questions from the audience. Anyone else have any final comments they would like to make? Okay.
Just want to say thank you again to everyone that was reading on this. It means a lot. It was wonderful to hear it come to life. And
thanks for inviting us.
You all are so wonderful. And I hope that you keep me in mind for things, because I would love to support anyone and everyone.
And are you acting tomorrow?
I am.
Yes, so we can look for Anjie with her other hat on, literally wearing a hat, but her other hat tomorrow, as she will be acting in Memoriam, so by Lewis Johnson. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
You guys take it easy.